She didn't cheat on me with another friend. She didn't lie to me. She didn't send me a long, dramatic text message ending things. She just became absent and distant, and slowly, quietly, without either of us planning it, our friendship drifted apart. And she became someone I know. Do you get? And I don't know what to call what I felt when I stopped being her world, her person, her best friend, her everything. That one person that she calls to give one hot gist. That one person that she calls for anything. Hey, it's me. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the very first time. If you're here for the first time, I'm glad you're here. And today's video is for the girls. Girls, get seated. I think you might need this one. Today we are talking about something I have experienced and has also been gradually talked about by the girls in friendship content. And this content has been flooding my timeline. I decided to talk about it, and we're talking about it today. The topic is grieving friendships, especially friendships that didn't end in betrayal, but ended from the quiet, suffocating grief of watching your best friends step into a new season of their life and realizing those seasons don't quite have room for you anymore. I want us to sit together in this and let us talk about it. Okay? Okay. We have names for when situations like this happen. For example, someone dies. There's a funeral. It's called a burial or a funeral. We give condolences. There's a space to weep openly. Or a romantic relationship ends. We call it breakup. Your girls come around. They rally around you. You trauma it. You cry your eyes out. Even the loss of a job, it has a socially sanctioned mourning period. But when it comes to best friend breakup, nobody pulls you aside and says, hey, your best friend of more than 10 years just entered a new life stage and you're drifting apart. That is a loss and you're allowed to grieve it. Nobody tells you that. Instead, what we get is cheerful minimizations. Oh, she's just busy now. She just got married now. Her priorities are her husband. Or people grow apart. So that's normal. Or 20 friends can't play for 20 years. Some people even go as far as saying you should be happy for her. And you're really happy for her. That's what makes this so complicated. The grief and the joy live side by side, and you feel guilty for the grief because it seems to dim the joy you're supposed to be celebrating for someone you genuinely love. This is what I call silent grief, because you cannot say it out loud. It has no ritual, it has no ceremony, it has no socially acceptable timeline. It just sits in you like a burden, like a rock, like a stone. It just sits there in your chest. It makes your chest heavy. It's just there. Let me count the different ways we lose friends without a fight, because I need you to know I see you in all of them. There's this friend who got married and her entire world rightly and beautifully became her husband and then her children. The WhatsApp messages slowed to a trickle. Sunday hangouts became a memory. You love her, you are proud of her, and you miss her so much. It sometimes feels physical the way you miss her. Or there's the friend who relocated to London, to Canada, to Abuja, to wherever she relocated to. Doesn't matter. But the time zone stole something, right? Video calls aren't the same as sitting across from someone at a suya spot or sitting in her sitting room and you guys laughing and you are just laughing away all the worries you have in your life. There is this example, another one. The friend who simply revolved in a direction you didn't. Her priorities shifted, her conversations changed. You started to feel like a guest in what used to be your most comfortable space. And then there's the one people whisper, the one where you evolved and they stayed, where your growth created a distance that was nobody's fault, but both of your fault at the same time. In all of these cases that I just listed out, you didn't fight, there was no closure, only a fading, a gradual dimming of what used to be the brightest light in your world. I can relate, I know. See, I'm holding your hand and I'm telling you, I can relate. Don't worry, let's keep watching you. I will tell you what to do. And me, I always run to the Bible for everything because the Bible has the answer to everything. We underestimate that book. So I keep going back to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. To everything, there's a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. I used to read that verse and apply it to events, seasons of hardship, seasons of abundance. But I think God also meant people. Seasons of togetherness and seasons of distance that serve both souls. Chimamanda has spoken about how women are not permitted to have complex feelings about female friendships. We are expected to either be ride or die forever or have some dramatic fallout. The distance, silence, or drift is rarely honored. I am honoring it today. In short, we are honoring it today. That's what we're doing here today. So, how do you process this silent grief, as I call it? Because it's not something that should be said out loud, or else they'll tell you your own is too much. But me, I call it silent grief because it's just quiet, silent. First, you have to name it. Say it out loud or write it down. I am grieving this friendship. I am sad that this season has changed. This is a real loss. So naming it is not you being dramatic or doing too much, but it is the beginning of your heart's healing. Secondly, resist the urge to manufacture drama to justify the grief. Some of us, and I am guilty of this, will start unconsciously creating conflict in a dying friendship, just so we have a reason to grieve it. A fight feels cleaner than a fade. Don't do that. Let the tenderness exist without turning it into something ugly. Thirdly, hold the beautiful memories with open hands. The friendship was real. The laughter was real. The phone calls were real. The market trips were real. None of that was erased by the distance or new life change. None of it was a waste. Everything was real. Fourthly, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about what you need now. Maybe this season is calling you to expand your circle. Maybe it's calling you inwardly to a deeper relationship with yourself. With God. Maybe both yourself and God. You never can tell what's going out by yourself can get you. You just never know. You never know. There is also a gift hidden inside this type of feeling. And I am not disregarding your feelings because I know it doesn't feel like a gift when you feel heartbroken or hurt. I don't know why I call this a gift, but nothing random just happened. So I always see reasons in everything that happened. When the friendship that you once loved begin to recede, you are forced to ask, who am I actually when I'm not defined by this person, when I'm not with this person? What do I enjoy? What do I want? Which is very okay to reflect. It's also not abandonment. It's you growing into something new. Some of the most profound seasons of self-discoveries are born not from gain, but from you being by yourself quietly. God uses that space. He speaks into it. He builds you in it. So if you're in that place right now, watching someone step into a beautiful new chapter while you're still figuring out the chapter you are in, listen. Your season is not small because it's different. And the sadness you feel, it is proof of how deeply you loved. And that is not a weakness, but your strength. Okay? You're not mumu, you're not dodonyo, you're not all of that. You're strong. So if this resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below. Tell me about a friendship season that changed your life. I read every single comment, just that you guys don't drop comments. I don't know why. Better start dropping comment now that I'm still free to read it all, because very soon I'll be busy. Subscribe if you want to keep having these kind of conversations with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.